All right, welcome back to Dunk's Scott Traders Hub. Good morning. It's been a while since we last had an episode. That was, I think, since Wednesday. Since Wednesday. Yeah, that's when we last had a session. So apologies for the past 2 days where we were supposed to be having the analysis. That was on Friday and Thursday. Apologies on that. But now we're back. Let's get started as usual. Those who have been with us, of course, for the past 176 episodes, you know how we do this. So let's get started. This is episode number 177. All right, without further ado, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you that we are back here and we're ready now to get back into the charts. We know that all things are working for our own good, and we know that profits are coming our way. We give you praise, Lord. Thank you for the past success that you've given us the past week, Lord. And we now start the second week of the month, and we know that you are giving us still good success. We say thank you. Thank you for today's profits. Thank you for this week's profits. And we give you all the glory for all that. We give you praise. We love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen and amen. All right. Good morning, everyone. I hope you have already shared your link and you've already given the thumbs up. Let's now get started as usual, and we look into these charts together. All right, as usual, we start with Crash 500. It's going to start with Crash 500. Crash 500. So let's see what is happening in Crash 500. So on Thursday, on Wednesday, let me see, Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, then Wednesday. We stopped on Wednesday. So let's bring it close. We see what we had anticipated. Wanted a pullback here, then probably if we get a breakout there, we continue with the buys. But if we don't, then of course sells. You can see the structure changed and it continued to sell according to what we see. So if the structure changes, you know, we always follow the structure. So right about there, we clearly see that we continue to see break of structure. So price never reacted from this level. It actually reacted shortly, and then it started to give us a new break of structure right there on H4. And as we can see, we got a new lower low, then lower high there. We broke structure right about here. Right about there, we saw a break of structure, then pull back to give us a new lower high there. Then we currently have a new lower low, and this should be even according to daily time frame. Yeah, right there. But as of today, we clearly all see that we've seen it as our current lower, our current low there. That's where that I can see that it is like a break of structure on daily, but this is a daily candle, so we have to wait for it to close. But if we can go now to H4, you'll see that was a break of structure right here, right there, break of structure. If you go to H1, you will still see that was a break of structure, so it is supposed to be coming back to give us a new lower high right here. So meaning we are looking for buys to give us a lower high. So according to M15, we are already seeing buys. We are already seeing buys right there. So how do we deal with this? we can't deal with this now where it is. Price has reacted back to the breaker block right there, and in that breaker block you clearly see there was a fair value gap right there, so it means it's likely to get back down now. But then if it fails to break this level, to give us a new lower low, then you know that you'll be coming in with your buys right about there. Why am I saying that? Because according to daily, today's candle is already showing that it is a sell candle, but then there is some kind of a pullback, and that pullback is coming in from this past hour. Yeah, that pullback is coming in from that past hour. If you're looking at the daily time frame, that one there, so it can easily continue and fails to give us a break of structure according to daily. And of course, if we look at H4, we needed buys. Daily, we needed buys. M30, we needed buys. Even M15, we needed buys. So right about now, we can't do anything until we have a reversal signal, probably on M15 here. Then you can enter some short buys until you have a clear confirmation on H1 to enter some swing buys. Until then, no business with this asset. All right, let's now get to Boom 1000. Let's get to Boom 1000. All right, so Boom 1000 on Wednesday, we wanted pullback here. This is where we last looked at. So this was Wednesday. We wanted price to react here, and then we get into buys. Those who remember, we were looking for a pullback. We had two levels, this on H1 and then this on H4. And clearly it came to this on H4. That is where the pullback came back to, and we started to sell. So I hope some of you kept going back to this analysis to look at what we had analyzed to get a clear entry. To get a clear analysis. You can see it reacted to that fair value gap right about there, and that would have been our entry for the buys. But then now we can delete everything here. Then we have an issue. There's an issue that I'm seeing at hand. Let's delete that. There's an issue I've just seen. This right about here, price is failing to break that. Right there, it is failing to break that. So price is now being shown on H4 as overbought, meaning sells. If I come to H1, I see that sells have no signal on CCI, but then I have a signal on moving average right about there. My 10 MA shows I need to look for sells, even though I'm not having a signal on CCI. So if I can bring this right here, then I look at what I have here, that becomes something. So just delete that for now. I know I have this as my last level, so I can mark it that way. If price breaks it, then it's going to continue with sales. If price breaks it, then it's going to continue with sales. So do Do I need to do anything? If I look at M5, M15, here sells. Then here shows me I may see some pullback, which will probably make it a pennant. Yeah, it's likely to become a pennant if we see a pullback from this level back to this other trend line here. So for now, no business with this, no business. But according to H4, we clearly see that price is being rejected from this order block, which is now a resistance level. So if price is being rejected right there, yes, price is still above our 10 MA on H4, but the signal from CCI tells us that we are overbought, meaning we need to look for sales. And like I showed you on H1, we had this other order block where the buy momentum started from right there. So this has been mitigated, but not fully. It did not go to 50% of that fair value gap. As you can see, it did not go to 50%. So it's likely to come back. It's likely to come back there or to this other level where this momentum started from, and it can actually go for the H4 one right about there. It can easily go for the H4 order block where this buy momentum started from. I think that's basically it from my end. I can't add anything to this. Just delete this and have this prolonged to that level. So that's what I'm gonna anticipate. Break out to this level and probably we get enough momentum to break that resistance, or even from this other level. Remember, sometimes it only happens around that level. Yeah, it may not go all the way inside. It may not go all the way inside. So that is what I may anticipate right there. So for now, this is H4. So for now, if I go to H1, I need to see price break this level, then we can look into ourselves. But here, looking at M15, I'm looking at this consolidation. I'm looking at this consolidation, then probably to go up there, back there, just about there, and then it comes back into sales. That is something I'm looking at. That is something I'm looking at. It's likely to keep playing within here the whole of today, and then gives us a breakout there. Then later we come in with sales. Yeah, something like that. That is something I'm going to be anticipating according to what I'm seeing on the charts currently. So now let's get into Boom 500. I hope my sound is clear. Yeah, I hope my sound is clear. All right, so Boom 500, the last time we saw it was on Wednesday. So let's drag Wednesday here and see what we were anticipating. All right, of course, we had already seen the breakout. So we had two breakouts, breakout from that trend line, then the breakout on this support, then a breakout, retest, then continue to sell. And then this is where we were looking for entry. Yeah, that retest. So this was when, this was on Thursday. Yes, this was supposed to be our entry on Thursday after that retest, to enter that sell back to this support, back to the TP. Now this TP, I had already measured it. Those who remember, I had already measured that TP all the way from here, all the way from here. This is the TP. Those who remember, this was the TP. From there You can see clearly it touched it and immediately buys came in after hitting the TP. So those who took advantage of this, congrats. Those who took advantage of this analysis, congrats. Now we don't need this. We don't surely need all this now. We can delete it. Everything right here, delete. Now if I go to daily, I look at that is not a breakout structure. So now that means we are looking for buys. But weekly, what does weekly say? Weekly still says sells, but remember we had an order block right there that price was reacting to right there, that order block here, and price has been reacting to that. Yes, it's not yet oversold according to weekly time frame, but we can see price reacted to that last OB right there. Yeah, so what are we going to do? And we don't see any liquidity left back here. So in as much as weekly is not oversold, we don't see it coming back to really give us an oversold kind of signal right there. It may happen later when it tries to retest this order block again, and yeah, but for now we now need to look for buys. We need to look for buys. So looking at what I have on daily time frame, I see a break of structure. No, not even a break of structure, change of character. Yeah, I see a change of character. This one right here, that one right there, that is a change of character. But if I'm using this as my previous low, then that is not a change of character. So how am I going to work with this? Go to H4. So if I go to H4, this is where I was anticipating the change of character from, right about there. But then it is a weird one. That's why I'm not taking it at all. So delete everything right there. Come back to daily. Now this is going to be a no-go for me. This is going to be a no-go for me. I'm not going to really trade this. We're going to trade this. According to daily, I see that. According to H4, that is what we see there. So this is a no-go for me. Yeah, from what I see on H4, it's going to sell again. If I go to H1, yeah, it's coming to sales, and it has just reacted to this fair value gap. Up here, we don't have momentum that it can go for, unless it's just trying to look for. Let's go to H4. I don't see it. Yeah, it's likely to get into sales from where it is right here and brings us back all the way down below. So from what we see now, yeah, I see sales, but I can't enter sales until price gets below our 10 MA. So if I go to M15 says we still need some buys. Yeah, we still need some buys, M15 and M30, and that is why we cannot enter any sales currently. So how are we going to do this? Yeah, so this is a break-of structure M15. That is a break-of structure, but then we need it to break this fair value gap and get into and continue with buys. Continue with buys to look for probably. Let's first get to H1, H4, bring my fib. Yeah, it has reacted there, so I should be getting into sales. So what is happening? Sales should be beginning. So let's wait for this H4 candle to close, and see the next H4 candle, we are likely to start selling on the next H4 candle. So for now, I have no business with this. It has reacted to that point of retracement on Fib, so I have no business right here. I need to wait. I can't enter now. I just need to wait for a clean entry. If price goes here and fails to break this high here, then that would be the perfect entry. Price fails to break that here, that high, that current high on M15, that will be the perfect entry right there to bring us all the way into sales. So for now, leave it on H1 there, and we wait. Enough of Boom 500. Let's now head over to V25S. Vol 25 1S. What happened? Go to H1. We stopped at that level. So Wednesday, we wanted, of course, the analysis on Tuesday and Wednesday. We wanted price to get there and then react back into sales. And yeah, so we had a fake break of structure here, and then price started to get into buys, having changed the structure here to start buys. Yeah, it was a weird change of structure here, but yeah, you can see that higher highs came in, the higher highs and higher lows. Then it went to this fair value gap where we had anticipated, tried to pull back into sales, failed, and then started to get back into buys again. So as we speak, we don't need all this. Delete. Then I want to first leave that. Let's first go to H4. What was the analysis on H4 on daily? So daily time frame. All right, yeah, it had to go back to give us a pullback, but then we had anticipated that it will at least react from that fair value gap on H4 again. Those who remember, I had told you according to H4 that we needed buys from this level. Yeah, it first took me out right here on entry, then but later it actually this was the first entry, the sell, then it reacted. I told you to react to this order block, and then we look for a retracement, probably back to this level, and then we can get into sales again. But it went all the way back to the previous high, and then the sales began. So right about now, you can't afford to look for any buys. Yes, I can see that it has left again some liquidity here, some fair value gap there. I doubt it is going to look for it. So now I can delete all this here, remove the history, delete this right there. And now looking at daily time frame, that is a clear sell kind of structure, which is giving you a clear double top right there. That is a double top right there. And if you come to H4, we kind of going to see pennant. Yeah, we kind of going to see a pennant according to H4. And now pennants, they are somehow very weird, because you need to know the trick about them. They can give you a fake breakout, grab that liquidity, and then come right into sales. That is how pennants are. Yeah, they no longer give you a straight signal to sell. They give you a fake breakout right there, and then later continue with a sell. So this is going to be a pennant, so you know that it's coming here, then it will come again up, and then probably again down, or even continue to break out there and then continue. So you need to know. Yeah, but you know that you can wait for when it gives you a fake breakout, probably there, and then you enter, or you wait for the breakout right here and you make an entry immediately when it breaks out down here. You don't have to wait for a retest. You don't have to wait for a retest. All right, that's it on this asset. Can we make some sales? According to H1, you can, and put your TP here. So this is a sell entry actually. Yes, it is in the middle, but you can take advantage of it and look for your profits around this area. So look for like a 1 to 2. You're looking for like a 1 to 2, not a 1 to 3. Please know that. Yeah, if you can take a risk like that, then you can enter this. It's coming here, and then again it will be looking for that level. So for now, that is an entry you can look for. Don't exceed your stop loss beyond this level, unless if you have a big account and you don't want to use a stop loss. But know that it's coming here again and then go back up again. That is how it's gonna play around this level. So be ready for that. Be ready for that. All right, now let's get into V75. We've locked in our sell here, by the way, V25S. V75, let's get to see V75, what's up with it. So V75, this is H4, so get to H1, drag it here. So yeah, this was a pullback that we knew price would come for, but we had another point of interest, which is an order block on H4 to the where the buy momentum started from. So we wanted price to react to it and then get back into buys. So it first reacted to that fair value gap. You can see that reacted to that fair value gap. So it did not respect this. It respected it a bit right about here, went into buys, then it came back again until it reacted to this other one. So I can delete that. I can delete even that. Delete this. It showed us a change of character, and then delete all that. So this move did not happen, but it only happened around here, and then it came to sales. So right now it has gone to that level. Actually it happened now. I can see that this is where it happened from. So it has gone to that. Now it is coming. Hopefully, wait a minute. Are we looking for buys? Let's delete this too. Are we looking for buys? Yes, on H4. Are we looking for buys on daily? Not yet. Not yet. So if we are not yet looking for buys on the daily time frame, what is happening? I see price on H4 has reacted to this fair value gap right there. Has reacted to that fair value gap. In H1, it gave us a change of character right about there, and it has giving us a retracement, but then there's a resistance right about here, right about that level. So are we going to see price break out and continue with the buys? Let's go to M15. Not really. M15 is in another world of sales. So H4 and M15, we are going to look for a pullback again right about here, probably. Let's go to H1. Yeah, right about there probably, and then we come in with buys to break that resistance in between here, right about there. So we're going to see that anytime soon? I don't think so. I think since the week is just beginning, there's gonna be a lot of consolidation going on. So for now, I have no business with this asset, not at all. I can't trade it. I can't even focus on it. All I know is we are going to continue with buys later. It may not be today because of this resistance, unless it is broken out and we get into buys. But until then, until we see a breakout here, we can't enter any buys, or until we see price react all the way back to this level. Yeah, that is enough on V75. Let's now head over to jump 50. Jump 50. So J50 Wednesday, this was the end. We were looking for continuation of this move to get us right there. We had even anticipated a fake breakout back to this order block, to this fair value gap, and then we come in with the buys. But when it reacted to that, we only got a short buy, and then it continued with the sells. So nothing was actually respected right about then. Not a fair value gap, not anything. So we can delete everything right about there. Okay, so delete even that fair value gap. It was not respected. This has been broken out, so we can delete even this right here. And at last, price reached our level that we had always anticipated price to reach, that fair value gap that it had left back according to daily time frame. But looking at the weekly, the momentum of sale is still pushing. Remember, we have this trend line according to weekly. It touched that trend line and then came down to sells. Now it's likely going to continue with sells, the way I'm seeing, according to the momentum that we have. So if I can drag this here, this is the reason why the sale is likely to continue. Why? Because here price never touched that level, but again, when it breaks out, it is likely to break out continuing with sells, meaning if we go to the monthly time frame, we are continuing with sells, not buys. Yeah, so that is what we know. So right about now, I choose to go to daily. We go to daily time frame, look at what is happening. Yeah, sales are still strong, and the day has started as a sell day. Yet on H4 we seem to be oversold, sorry. So seem to be oversold. Can bring it here. We have this level. We have that level that we can hold on and see if price is going to come to it. According to H1, we sort of have a break of structure right there. Yeah, according to H1, the new candle has started with enough momentum. It's pushing, but we can't say much until it actually continues. So where we are, I have no business with this asset. Jump 50. Yeah, I can't enter it. I just need to wait and see it give us a new lower low, so that we can anticipate a lower high. Then we enter on the lower high to continue with sales. So now I can delete that. Go to H4. I think even this I can delete it. There's a fair value gap right there on H4, but I don't think it is significant. I don't think it is significant. So there's that. Then there's this order block where this buy momentum started from. This order block here on H4, where the buy momentum started from. So price is likely to react to those levels. So for now, yeah, no business at all with this asset. Just delete all this here. Oh, this can wait. Just delete that. Delete this. Delete that. So zoom again. Leave it. We are not trading that. M15 needs. We are continuing with sales. Not thinking of any buys. I'm not thinking of any buys. So for now, it's a no-go. Don't stress yourself with J50. Just leave it for now, because we need a confirmation of whether we are continuing with sales or we're going to come in with some buys for a moment. Yeah, buys for a moment to bring us back to that level. So no business. Let's wait. J25. Yeah, this one I even left the Bollinger Band. Let's delete that. So come to J25. And what do we have? So last on Wednesday, we wanted buys, but then the structure changed. Looking at that, price broke structure, giving us a new lower low right about there. All right, so now I can go to H4. Is that a break of structure here? Not really. So that becomes a double bottom, or sort of a new low or support. Actually, not even a low. That becomes our support right there. Price is failing to break that level. So looking at that makes us to change our trend line here. makes us to change our trend line right there. Alright, so bring it to weekly, and that becomes like that. So daily time frame still says we need buys. Daily time frame H4. So this has not been respected, but we currently have a new resistance right about there. That's a resistance level now. Okay, so let's delete everything right in here. We will draw them later if need be. Delete. So around that level is of course a fair value gaps right there and there, so no need to do much. Then there is another block up there. All right, so right in here we can see the price is playing within such a range, resistance, then it comes back to the support down below. So are we going to play with it within here? Let's go to H1. I doubt we can. We've already missed an entry, but those who don't fear risking, then you can still make your entry. Remember, this is a big asset, so if you're risking, risk knowing that you can afford to risk, because this is a heavy asset. Even if you use 0.01, unless if you have an account that is above $50 or $100, or yeah, more than that, then you can do that. But you need to know exactly how much you need to risk, meaning your risk tolerance, before you make an entry on this asset, knowing that you can only and only put your stop loss probably to this higher low, lower high right there. Put it on the lower high here, your stop loss, and then look at continuation of sales to bring you all the way to this other trend line, because that's what is coming. So we have two ranges, this other range and the down range, meaning price keeps playing within those two ranges as our target levels. When it reaches here, you look for buys. When it reaches up there, you look for sells. That is how we are going to keep playing with it until it decides to break that resistance and continue with buys, all the way to reach the other level. All right, so enough of this on jump 25. Let's now get to jump 10. So before you can enter, there's a small support here. There's some sort of a support level right here on M15, so it's likely to give you some issues. So you may wait to make your entries here. Yeah, it's likely to give some issues right about here. It's likely not to break it, but this is jump. And remember, I normally tell you that we are not market movers, so it can easily jump and break it and continue to sell, or comes with a retest. So you need to know that either way it is going to come here, whether it first goes up and then comes with enough momentum to break this support, or to break it immediately and continue. That is us to be patient and wait. So for now, don't make any entries. The entry I was looking at was on M15, but on H1, but M15 says there's a support that you can first wait price to break it. can first wait price to break it, and then you can enter or retest. Then it comes with enough momentum either to that order block or retest to this fair value gap. Those are the levels price is likely to come back to before it comes to break this level. J10, our second last asset, and then we call it a day. So J10, what happened? Let's get to where we stopped at. So we needed sales. So breakout, then retest, and then entry. Yeah, we needed sales. So for this one, I believe you guys made money. This was a clear one. They're very clear, very clean. So I hope you guys made money. Actually, Saturday was the best day to make that money because it gave you a clean retest. Let's look at Saturday. So Saturday is here. So this is where it gave us a clean retest back to that fair value gap. You can see clearly after that change of character, then a retest. This was the retest that we needed. That retest right there. So now I can delete everything here, and it has even hit the target on that order block right there. It has hit the target, so everything is now working just the way we had anticipated. So now I can delete everything here, delete this, and delete this even. So now let's get to daily time frame. So price has gone all the way here. Remember, it's not yet oversold according to daily. According to daily time frame, it's not yet oversold. Sorry, it's not yet oversold. According to H1, it has given us a new lower low. So a lower low, so it's looking for a lower high. Like that is according to H4. So according to H1, we are oversold. Sorry, I keep on interchanging those two. So we are overbought. Looking at what CCI is showing us here, we're oversold. So can we look for buys? Not really. There's a low momentum, so meaning you can it's going to continue selling. It's going to continue selling. It's going to continue selling. That's for sure. It's going to continue selling. That is it. Yes, it may first give you a fake breakout, but know that it is going to continue selling. It may first come to that conference area and then come in with sales. So you need to know that. You need to know that. So if I come to H1, that is what I'm seeing. That is what I'm seeing. M15, it will look like that. Continuation, straight or fake breakout there, then continuation of sales. Let's go to M5. Can we make an entry on M5? Not really. It's a bit price is still above our 10 MA even on M5, so it's not something you can trade with right now. So wait on M5 to get a signal. When price gets below your 10 MA, then you can push for price to come all the way here to the other trend line for that kind of a sell. J10. All right, I think that's it on J10. Let's now get to gold, and we call it a day. So gold, oh yes, gold, I'm actually in some profits. Yeah, these entries, I entered them on Friday because we knew that price was going to continue selling. So they've been in there for some good days till today when market started with a sell. So let's look at where we stopped at on Wednesday. So we wanted sells. We wanted a pullback there, then we sell. Then the pullback went all the way to that order block. Was it? No, it's a fair value gap. So it went all the way to that fair value gap. And then I knew that I missed an entry there, right here. I missed that perfect entry to sell, sniper entry. But when it made that pullback, I knew that I can't fail to make this money again. So of course I made the entries right there. So that is how I'm in the sell currently. So what do we do today? First delete this. We wanted price to start buying from here. Oh wow, it has reached it, but it is not yet touching the 50% of that fair value gap. So I can't say that you enter now buys. It's likely to again come to the 50. You know, I normally recommend price to come to 50% of the fair value gap for you to look for your entry on the fair value gap. So at least there, then you can come in with your buy entry. Remember, daily we want buys, and this buy is coming to that fair value gap right there. Just a minute. All right, so we are looking for that. I need price to come here first. Let me first close some entries. So sorry about that. So right here, I think I can first close some so that I can okay, I've closed actually all the entries, so I can wait for this to reach here. I need to wait for this right here, and then I can come in with a buy. Then I can come in with this kind of a buy. That is what I need to look for. That is the thing. So for now, gold, don't look for buys. Don't look for sells. Wait for the buys to come in. So delete that. All these now can go. We used them on Wednesday, so I can delete all that. Now all I need is price to touch that, and then I come in with buys. Yeah, I come in with buys to take me all the way to that daily, all the way to that daily fair value gap. And then from there we can think of, I think we can actually continue with buys. Let me see, weekly. No, we can come in with sells if price gets all the way back there. Yeah, we can think of sells again. So for now we wait for a confirmation of buy entries right within this fair value gap on H4. All right, so that's it. Those who love scalping, yeah, come to M5, of course. Then you wait for some sells, yeah, because right here you can see you have a resistance level. So price fails to break that level, just wait for a confirmation for you to make entries of sells on M1. So M5, wait for price to resist that level, and then you come in. We come in with sells to take you all the way to this level. So for now, yeah, that's what you can wait. Those who scalp, yeah, those who love scalping. That is gold. Let me wish you guys a good day. Oh, before we do that, let's do the recap and then we call it a day. Let's go for the recap and then we call it a day. So we started with crash, so we need this, and that is happening already. According to M15, we need this. Then you can enter your buys from this level according to M15, and then you take it there. So you can wait for that, the buy entries on boom 1000. Yeah, boom 1000. Unless price breaks this level, you can't enter sells, or unless it goes all the way back to that fake breakout there, and then you come in with sells. So for now, please hold on with your sells. Hold on. Boom 500. Yeah, like I told you, sells are coming in, but we can't enter it because price is still below is still above our 10 MA on H1. So wait for price to get below our 10 MA probably on H1, then you can have a clean entry. But the other thing is you can use a Bollinger Band. We can use Bollinger Band to look for a sniper, entry, and that was actually one there. So for now you may just wait for a pullback on M15 probably. Oh, it has even happened. Yeah, just leave this, leave it for now. Wait for M1 price to be below M1, then you can come in with your entry. Go to V25S. I told you we entered sells, so we are in profits. Those who entered with me, you're in some profits. We know the price is likely to come here according to this pennant that we have. But be rest assured that it's likely to give us a fake breakout there later, and then come in with a sell again from that very fair value gap on H4. So that's why we entered a sell. Price is playing within that pennant. All right, that is V25S. V75 pull back here, then you can anticipate buys, but of course if you have an entry, that's when you can enter. Be rest assured that price can still keep playing within here and here, so you don't have to force to keep holding when it reaches this level when you enter your buys from this level here. So know that. Jump 50, we want buys, and price has reached that. What is it? What is that level? That is fair value gap. We have reached that fair value gap. We wanted buys, but then I'm seeing a break of structure on H4. So this is still a no-go. Please don't play. Don't hold on. We can't do anything right here. Just hold on with your entries. Just hold on until this price makes sense. So just hold on. We We are anticipating buys from this level, but we can't enter now because we can't confirm entry yet. J25, we need a pullback from here to there. Can we enter now? Not really. Not really. Wait for price to be above our 10 EMA, then you can enter probably on M5 and M15. Then you can enter your buys to there. It's gonna be a short buy, knowing that sales are taking the momentum, the biggest momentum. The general trend is a sell. Know that. J10, okay, the fake breakout almost happened, but now we can change this to there, and we wait. The sale is coming in now as we talk. The sale is coming in, and it's probably on M5. Yes. Can you enter? I think we should have entered. Those who are scalping, to scalp it to come here. So that is how it is. So for now, I can't enter it. I just have to wait for either pullback or price to get up there, then I can come in with the sell. So this, I'm not trading it. J10, I'm not trading it. J25, I'm not trading it. The focus that we can look at is V75. If it comes here, that could be our focus. Then of course V25S, of course, for it we are trading it already. This one can also be our focus if we finally get if we finally get price below our 10 EMA on H1. That could be our confirmation of the sales. Boom 1000. Yeah, not really. You couldn't. Yeah, I don't, unless if it comes there. But we, yes, on H1 it is below our 10 EMA, but it is quite tricky for us to enter unless we see a pullback. It is quite tricky, so that's why we cannot focus on it. So V25S, V75, those can be our focus, and probably boom 500 also if it meets that thing. Yeah, even crash, it's a short buy, but you can focus on it if price comes all the way here. So for now, I think that's it. Then let's look at gold. Gold can be our focus if it comes all the way here, and like what I had told you, the sale is coming in according to M5. So that's what I told you. So it's come. You can wait for the sale to bring you here, and then you enter a sniper entry. And probably if you're one of those who don't put stop losses, then you don't put a stop loss and you enter buys to take you all the way up, because it can easily look for a fake out right here, and then it continues with a buy all the way there. So you need to know that it is also an option right there. So for now, no business with this. No business with this. I can't. I've already made what I've made on it, so I can't enter now. I have to wait for price to be around that area. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Those who wish again to, of course, join the Signals platform, it is open, and this can be your day to subscribe. It's only $15 per month. And those who still want to join the mentorship class, last week we didn't do much. We actually had, I think, one session, so you can still join us by paying $110 as your registration fee, $110. Mentorship, yeah, $110 or $300 for a one-on-one, where you, for a VIP session, yeah, one-on-one, $300 for a month, and you be having your own time separate from the regular package. So that's it. I can only take one person at a go for the VIP. For the regular, you can as many as you want, because we have same time 3 to 5 p.m. we be in class 3 to 5 p.m. Monday to Thursday for the whole month. That's what we do for the regular classes, and those are at $110 per month. Yeah, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. Please remember to always apply your proper risk management that you already have figured out, or that you already have in your trading plan. Of course, I talk about more of trading plan in the mentorship classes. See you guys. Happy trading. Bye bye.